A Minnesota orchestra cellist is using her music to tell a story, one of survival.
Nearly 80 years ago today, her parents made a decision that may have saved their lives during the Holocaust. Leah Bino reports it was music that helped them heal and is still impacting generations to come.
Communicating through music for as long as she can remember, Janet Horvath recalls growing up in Toronto in a home that was filled with smiles and learning to play the piano from her mother and cello from her father. But when the instruments went silent, there was plenty the family never spoke about.
My father was the one that I know now, in retrospect, that he had PTSD. He would be the one that we would hear with choking sounds at night or crying, nightmares, obviously.
It wasn't until after her mother had a stroke in her late 70s and died 8 years later, Janet learned about a private recorded interview conducted a decade earlier by her cousin. This was the first time Janet finally heard her mother speak about surviving the Holocaust.
So where should I start? Way back? I can start way back.
Through this and other research, Janet learned her parents were first dating in Budapest just as Germany was losing World War II. Yet the Nazis continued moving in and rounding up every Hungarian Jew they could find.
May 26th of 1944, my mother had to get false papers and permission because she was only 17. She borrowed a dress. They went to a justice of the peace and said they were Catholic, and they were married, and my father was deported the next morning to the copper mines of Bor, Yugoslavia, for slave labor.
Meantime, his young bride moved around the city, hiding for her life.
Could hear the guns. They saw it was finished, but they were still killing everybody.
They were deporting people, up to 12,500 people a day, men, women, and children, on trains to Auschwitz, the infamous camp. And my mother evaded that.
Eventually, the war ended. George Horvath reunited with his wife, Catherine, and a cello.
This is Bernstein here.
Along the way, meeting Janet's personal icon, Leonard Bernstein, best known much later for West Side Story. Decades earlier, the famed American conductor changed her father's life. A moment George didn't speak to his daughter about until he was within a year of dying at 87 years old.
Says, yes, it was a very hot day. He came. He was just a kid, and he played Rhapsody in Blue.
George joined a group of 17 orchestra musicians bussed all over Bavaria to camps in the American zone of Germany after the war.
They had a mandate to bring morale-boosting programs to those still languishing in the displaced persons camps.
Later, the young couple was able to claim to be farmers and immigrate to Canada, where they raised their family. Janet followed in her father's classical music career footsteps, playing 32 years with the Minnesota Orchestra. She also spent the last decade putting her family history into print. Her book, The Cello Still Sings, is part history lesson, part hope and awareness for the future.
This history of playing all these concerts and bringing music and hope to those refugees was something that I thought the public needs to know about.
And while it took decades for Janet to even come close to understanding the tremendous amount of pain her parents went through, she knows each note of a few recordings from her father's 38 years with the Toronto Orchestra are a gift.
So it takes me back to my childhood, listening to him practice these things.
And a reflection of the healing value of music no one can put into words. Leah Bino, Fox 9.
Incredible story. Yeah, there is a lot more to the story. The Cello Still Sings is available on Amazon and where most books are sold.